Welcome to Paranormasight, the 7 mysteries of Honjo. So how it begins is it goes straight into the game when you start it. I've only played a little bit before I was like, okay, let me try and record this. However, there's a lot of lines. I don't talk. My voice is very weak. I'm gonna be very tired very quickly. I don't think I'm gonna read everything aloud. What else? The codex of different information stuff. I'm not gonna read all of it. I'd probably read it in my own time, and then if something seems important, then I'll read it. But then hindsight, if something happens and it's like, oh, you didn't read this thing in the codex, and it's like, oh shoot, but whatever, and read it next time or something. Also, you might hear some jingling. It's my hair. I have beads in my hair, so we'll see how that goes. All right. Ah, you are here. Welcome, welcome. I've been eagerly awaiting your arrival. Allow me to introduce myself. I am the storyteller. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I shall be your guide going forward. Now then, before we begin our story, there are several things I must bring to your attention. First, this game uses autosave. The game will automatically save, blah blah blah, so you know, stop playing at any time. Saving is a very important element of games. It is the only way to keep your memories in place. If you do not wish to rely on autosave alone, you can also save manually via the menu. Very nice. I like when you can save manually even if there's an autosave. Next, please look at the upper right of the screen. This is the menu button. The display shows like Xbox controls, but I have a PlayStation controller. From here, you can check the text log, view useful files, and switch auto mode on and off. You can also adjust the brightness, volume, and other settings in the options menu. For instance, if there is a voice you would prefer not to hear, you can mute it by setting the voice volume to 0. I suggest you check the brightness, controls, and other settings now before going on. Yeah. I'll explain other essential functions when the time is right. Ah, there's one more thing I wish to confirm before we continue. It would feel strange to go on without knowing your name. Please, tell me what I may call you. Last time I put in, it doesn't take it. It says it reads your Steam thing. I see. Suma, is it? But I'm good with Suma. Are you certain you wish to be called Suma? Oh, how rude of me. Please pardon my mistake. I was sure that's what you said, but it seems I was wrong. What came over me? Let me try again. Do you wish to be called Tsum Tsums? Oh, no, I don't. Oh, did I get it wrong? I must have misheard you. Could I trouble you to tell me your name once more? Okay, I'll just put in Suma. I guess it lets you do it then, but it'll read your Steam thing. I'll not get it wrong again. Suma is your name, correct? Yes. I see, very good. I seem to have gotten it right this time. Unless maybe I should have just typed in Suma and get a different response. Whatever, you guys try it when you play it. Alright, now that you've been properly introduced, let's begin our story. From antiquity to present day, regardless of how society and civilization evolve, death has been a constant presence that none have ever escaped. Whether it is one's own or that of someone close, death is always a difficult thing to accept. This is an immutable reality, a value shared by all, no matter the age in which they live. In fact, all traditions reflecting people's fears and prayers regarding death still remain, ghosts, spirits, and so on. Similarly, an attempt to defy death, many curses, rituals, and customs have been born, from burning spirit incense to summoning the souls of the dead. Some of those secret arts are still being passed down to this day. On that note, Suma. This may seem rather abrupt, but is there someone you wish to bring back from the dead? What if you had one chance to use the secret art of resurrecting the dead? Yes, if you had the power to bring someone back to life, one time, and one time only. What would you do, Suma? So, the options are, I'd use it even if I had to sacrifice myself. I'd use it even if I had to sacrifice someone. I'd use it if it came at no cost. I wouldn't want it. Let someone else have it. I wouldn't want it. Let someone else have it. Because bringing things back to life never ends well. I mean, if you watched Full Metal Alchemist, it never ends well. Almost every story is it never ends well. That one story of that guy and the shorty that wished that their dead son was alive, and he came back weird, and I think that to kill him again. Never ends well. So I don't want it. Let someone else have it. Let them get the curse and the face the consequence of bringing a dead person back to life. I see. Very interesting. That is what I thought you would say. What seems to be the matter? You want to know what this box has been sitting here is? It's quite the curious thing, isn't it? This is called a color television. The world I will be sending you to is full of devices such as this that do not exist in the age you are from. In this era, a color television can be found in nearly every household. That is not all. For example, if a person should wish to contact someone while they are out of their home, they use public telephones like this that can be found all over the city. So we live in a time period where color television is like popular in here, but it's not like elite to like flat screen TVs, and people still go to these telephone stalls. Can you imagine what life would be like in such a time? And whoever we're also not of the time of color television, so whatever that means. I'd be thrilled to have you continue the story, Suma. After all, that is why you came here, no? So let us begin. I have kept you waiting long enough. I present to you PARANORMASIGHT, a bizarre tale surrounding the curse known as the Rite of Resurrection. A peculiar yarn and starring 9 men and women in a fierce fight for their lives as it unravels. Some of the characters appearing within surely share your views on the Rite of Resurrection. I imagine those who have lost someone dear to them will feel particularly strongly about it, clinging to it as their last desperate hope. The first I shall introduce, a man named Shogo Okie, is one of them. You can read this one. Male office worker. Shogo is an unremarkable young man entering his 3rd year of working in the planning department at Haku Soaps, a chemicals company headquartered in Sumida. Born in western Tokyo to an ordinary family around the same time as the birth of color TV, he grew up amidst the boom of special effects heavy action films, anime, variety shows, professional baseball, and pop music. Shogo graduated from a famous private university in Tokyo and has since settled into an apolitical mindset. Apolitical? Whatever. Common amongst those of this generation. With no strong ideas and no particular dissatisfaction with the world as it develops around him. He is content to just go with the flow, having stumbled into his current position by pure chance. And it is safe to assume he will follow the stereotypical path of working his way up the ladder, starting a family, and remaining at the same company until retirement. He plays folk guitar as a hobby, ew, and is currently looking for a girlfriend, double ew. Storyteller, sex, occupation, question marks. Just a storyteller. Breaking news. Ooh, wonder who it could be at such a time. This morning, the body of a drowned man was discovered at a park in Sumida City. I can't do voices. Police have identified the body as Shogo Okie, a 25-year-old man who worked at a company in the area. As signs of a struggle were found, the Sumida police suspected foul play and have launched an investigation. Oh, excuse me. Please, pay no mind to what you've just seen. Goodness, you very nearly saw something that would have spoiled the story. Just pretend you did not see that. Let's turn back time a smidge and start again from there. Do you understand? You saw nothing. You know nothing. Shogo? Shogo, are you alright? Hey, can you hear me? Huh? Hey, that's not a proper answer. Earth to Shogo Okie. What do you think you're doing falling asleep here? You gave me quite the shock. Come on now, up. Up with you. Okay, and there. How's that, alright? Do you feel dizzy, have a headache? Are your humors off balance? I'm fine, I think. There's definitely nothing wrong with my humors, though my head's still a little fuzzy. Office worker Shogokie. Uh-oh, that is not good. Turn your head around a little bit to see if you can walk alright. When the game is... yeah, blah, blah, blah. Drag the screen, move the right stick. You can look around, do a full circle. Boom. Good, good. You seem to be fine. What a relief. Do you remember anything, like where we are or what we're doing? Oh no, you look so confused. You're messing with me, right? Stop it. You're scaring me. Alright, let's just calm down. Take a good look around you, okay? Look around and select things you want to investigate. You can talk to people by putting it over their face. So look at our surroundings. Where are we? Alright, this is Sumida City, Tokyo. We're at Kinshibori Park, near Kinshicho Station. Yoko brought me here saying she needed my help with something important. It's just past midnight. That explains why there's nobody else around. Playground. That's an interesting looking playground. I bet it's crawling with kids during the daytime, but it's kind of peaceful here at night. Hold on. You can also look at the telephone booth. These telephone booths are all over town. The lights are always on so they can be used in an emergency. That's Yoko Fukunaga. Good, at least I can remember that much. I first met her about a month ago. She's 23, works as a housekeeper, and is really into the occult. If I think harder, I can probably recall a little more about what's going on. We've only met a few times, but we really hit it off. She's a lot more fun. She's a lot of fun to be around. A lot more fun? More fun than what? I have no idea how she feels, though. I get the sense she isn't thinking about me that way right now. But I know I've got a thing for bubbly girls who are into dark things like the occult. He got a crush. Female housekeeper. After obtaining a junior college degree, Yoko started working as a housekeeper. Due to her ability to see things others cannot, she has received strange looks from a young age. This ability spurred an interest in the paranormal, which she continues to pursue to this day. Following graduation, Yoko worked a desk job at a trading company, but butted heads with her supervisor, who was skeptical of the supernatural, and quit within a year. Now, while working as a housekeeper, she spends her days devouring mystery magazines and visiting haunted spots. As she vowed to live life true to herself and never change for the sake of others, Yoko has no regrets about the path she has taken. Yoko has a dog, a Shiba Inu named Ogo Pogo, who has been by her side since she was a student. Yoko has a good attitude. Okay, let's recall. Let me think. What can I remember? Okay. Her name is Yoko Fukunaga. We met about a month ago. What's the deal with this park? It was around noon on one of my day offs. What the hell's wrong with me? It was around noon. I'm already fumbling and it's been like 20 minutes. It was around, okay. He just finished running errands and it's his day off from work. And Kinshicho. Okay, what the hell? He's walking around Kinshicho and he was taking a quick break at the park. Whatever. I was just looking around absentmindedly. Wonderful music, beautiful. Oh, I have to move. God damn it. when I noticed this girl loitering about. She was digging up holes in the sandbox and searching around the playground. She seemed to be enjoying herself, talking to the animal figures and petting them on their heads. My curiosity got the better of me before long, and I struck up a conversation. Hey, are you looking for something? Oh, sorry. I must look like a total weirdo. Yeah, I guess you could say I'm looking for something. If you want, I could give you a hand. Really? I mean, that'd be a huge help, but... Are you really just a good Samaritan? Or are you after, something else? Huh? Last time I played, I didn't have a good Samaritan. Let's try definitely the other thing, You know what I'm saying, baby girl? Haha, you're funny. Hey, at least you're upfront about it. Okay? Okay, I guess I'll let you help me. Be warned, you might regret what you've gotten yourself into. No worries, what are you looking for anyway? Did you lose a bracelet or something? Not exactly. I'm searching for one of the 7 mysteries. Supposedly, this is the location of the Whispering Canal. The what? Now I've done it, I bet you think I'm some kind of lunatic. The 7 Mysteries of Honjo. Do you know anything about it? I figured everyone around here would have at least heard of it, but I guess not. Honjo is what the southern part of Sumida is called. A long time ago, this part of Tokyo was split into 2 separate cities. The north part was Mukojima, and the south part was Honjo. Huh. Am I boring you? Well, I'm not a local or anything, I just work around here. Oh, then no wonder you didn't know. Well, the 7 Mysteries of Honjo is a legend dating all the way back to the Edo period. Really? It's that old? That's like over 200 years ago. Oh, I got your attention after all. I just assumed it was one of those fake stories, made up to chase the occult craze. Ahaha, I don't blame you. A lot of the popular stories going around here are pretty fishy. But the 7 Mysteries of Honjo are different, because they're all true. They're true? That's what I said. They're the real deal. So hold on, what does that mean? Are you telling me there's actually paranormal stuff at work in this park? Yep, pretty much. But there's got to be more to it. After all I've done, I still haven't found a thing. That was the first time I met Yoko Fukunaga. What's it gonna say? Map of Honjo, a location in the southern part of modern Sumida City. It consists mostly of swamplands until the middle of the Edo period. While it wasn't originally considered part of the city of Edo itself, the area on the eastern side of the Sumida River began to be developed once the Ryogoku Bridge was built after the Great Fire of Meideki. While Honjo is known for its large number of rivers and canals, many of these were dug during the area's urbanization for drainage and sewage. Sumida City, Tokyo, one of the 23 districts of Tokyo, located in the eastern part of the city. It is surrounded by the Sumida, Arakawa, and Kyunaka rivers. At the start of the Showa era, the area was still divided into 2 districts, Southern Honjo and Northern Mukojima, but they were merged into one district after the Second World War. Unlike the river, however, its name uses the character for ink rather than that for corner, and the Whispering Canal. Okay, formerly known as Kinshibori, many fishermen once gathered on this section of the canal that ran through Honjo. As their days came to a close and the fishermen gathered up their catches, a terrifying voice would rise up from the canal, whispering, "Leave it behind. Leave it behind." Those who ignored the voice found themselves unable to move and their previously full baskets of fish emptied. They would then be dragged into the canal, never to return. This strange phenomenon continued to occur, and the people began to call this body of water the Whispering Canal. We exchanged contact information. Ooh, we even talked on the phone a few times before. We even met in person once or twice. But she never brought up the 7 Mysteries of Honjo again. I figured she got bored of it. Until today, when all of a sudden, she decided to resume her search. Huh, wait a second. Where did Yoko go? Yoko! That's right, she asked me to come here to help her look for one of the 7 mysteries. Actually, I think I did some research on the 7 mysteries of Honjo. Can't remember it all too well. I should check my files. Now we have the 7 mysteries. The Fool's Procession. A mysterious tale regaling an encounter held by a daimyo and his residents in Honjo's Ushijima, now Komagata High School. When walking around his estate, he heard the sound of music, much like that of a kagura performance. He commanded his people to find the source, but no matter how much they searched, the music would fade when one neared the Warigezui Canal. This story is also known as the Procession of the Tanuki, as many were of the belief that it must have been those mischievous tricksters behind it all. The Beckoning Light. Walking along the road near Honnoji at night, one might spot a hazy lantern up ahead, despite there being no one around. Following it will cause it to go out suddenly when getting near, but just when one fears the darkness might swallow them up, another light will appear further ahead, as if guiding the one who sees it. Some say the flame is benevolent, leading people to their homes. Others believe it's a monster leading people astray. Some even think it's a vengeful spirit. Haunted clappers. As the evening bell rings in Iricho, near present-day Shumoku Bridge, a night watchman patrols the dark streets and announces his presence by shouting warnings about fires, all the while striking his wooden clappers. But tonight the sound of another set of clappers answers back. Curiosity stops the clappers again. Clack, clack. The echo answers again. But no matter how hard he searches for the source of this second pair of clappers, he never finds it. Some say it's the work of a mischievous tanuki or kitsune, while others say it was a warning from the spirit of someone who lost their life in a terrible fire. The Evergreen Beach. It's a tree. It's in the former Yasuda Gardens. Oh, now it's known, so it's, what was it? Whatever, it's now known as the former Yasuda Gardens. It was so impressive that the house became known among the people as the beach residence because it had such a huge-ass tree on its property. Somehow no one understands why this became like a folklore popular story and why everyone knows it. And this particular species of tree was actually an evergreen, so the lack of fallen leaves was nothing out of the ordinary. The Taiko of Tsugaru. There was once a daimyo from the Hirosaki domain in Tsugaru who built a residence in Midoricho on a large piece of land. On this estate was an almost 8-meter tall tower that served as a lookout for fires. Only a designated firefighter was allowed to use the large drum that resided atop the tower on the event of a fire. While most towers use wooden blocks to sound the fire alarm, for some reason this residence was permitted the use of drums. The residence and its special privileges led to much speculation and gossip among the townsfolk. Okay, green-eyed. Oh my fucking days! How many times am I gonna do that, bro? How many times am I gonna leave the files for real? Also, mind you, are these in order? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Foot washing mansion. This is the story of something that occurred in the dead of night in the residence in Mikasecho, modern-day South Warigesui Street in Kamezawa. A foul-smelling wind rattled the house. Suddenly, a giant foot drenched in blood smashed through the ceiling. "Wash!" it commanded. After the servants carefully washed the foot, it returned from whence it came. Fixing the roof, it had broken. A man who had been visited by the foot every night asked a friend to trade houses with him. That night, the foot stopped appearing. One-sided read. There was once an infamous rogue, okay, this is just a guy who was a stalker, loved a shorty. The shorty didn't give a shit about him. He got mad that the shorty kept ignoring him, cut off her arm and leg. Bitch-ass bastard, men ain't shit type shit. Then threw them into the canal. Ever since then, the reeds growing along that canal have only sprouted leaves on one side. Ever-burning lantern. A bone-chilling winter's night, one may happen upon a soba cart along the canal known as South Warigesui. But there is something strange about this cart. No matter when one might visit, its owner is nowhere to be found. Yet the lantern that hangs from it stays perpetually lit, burning brightly even with no one to fuel it. Should one attempt to put out the flame, it immediately roars back to life. However, there is also the tale of the never-burning lantern, another telling of the story in which the soba cart's lantern always remains dark, refusing to be lit. And then we have jumped to 21. I don't know why, but yeah. There she is. She's back to digging up holes in the sandbox and searching around the playground. She's petting the animal toys again. No animal needs that much petting. Gee, she's still at it. Surroundings again. According to Yoko, the Whispering Canal, one of the 7 mysteries of Honjo, is around here somewhere. It's apparently the story that the expression left at the canal originally comes from. I think I left myself a note about it. I should check my files, okay? I already read it all, bitch. Oh wait, she's coming back this way. Hey, what was that just now? Huh? Didn't you hear that? I'm gonna half-ass these voices. My voice is gonna change to normal to like a little high-pitched and cutesy like Yoko. It's back to normal. I don't know what you're talking about, but you know what, shorty? I now that you mention it, I'm hearing something too, bro. I did feel like I heard something. I'm not too sure though. That was creepy. But you're a special talent. You should have been able to hear it. Pay close attention for me, okay? My special talent? What are you talking about? I mean, your spirit sense. You look like you can handle your liquor. Huh? I have no idea what drinking has to do with it, but I don't think so. Well, you must. I mean, you can see me, right? Huh? It's 1 a.m. at Kinshi Bori Park. I've gotten most of my memory back, but I still feel a bit out of it. I don't know how she's so comfortable talking about spirits and the paranormal at this time of night. Either she's got guts or she's just used to it. Unless... No. It can't be. Wait. You're kidding, right? About what? I mean, just now? It kind of sounded like you were saying that only people with spirit sense can see you. Of course that was a joke, duh. You don't really think I'm some kind of evil spirit, do you? But yeah. I mean, look at who's behind him. Buddy, who's that? Who is that? Look behind you, bro. I meant what I said about your spirit sense being strong. I bet you could down a whole gimlet in one gulp. Seriously. That's the real reason I asked you to help me with the 7 Mysteries of Honjo business. Okay, let me just clarify something. Are you saying you can actually see paranormal stuff? Sure, I can handle a solid Moscow mule. What did I say, Moscow? Moscow mule? Why are you measuring this in terms of cocktails? This is a very funny joke. When I first read it, I was laughing my ass off. But now that I already read it, I am not laughing. But it's still good. I hope y'all laughed. Not a believer, huh? Well, that's no matter. But you have to have seen some weird stuff over the years, right? Weird stuff? Yeah, like things you could see but could never understand? You can't be serious. You're joking. Hello, turn around. Turn around. What the fuck? It's getting late. Really late, actually. It's already past 1 a.m. It's a chill in the air, but I guess that's normal for this time of the year. Or so I keep telling myself. Is this like fall or spring? Because the trees have no leaves. Okay, let's talk about alcohol. She already talked about the Moscow Mule. Totally unrelated, but do you actually drink? Real alcohol, I mean. Whoa, talk about whiplash. I didn't expect you to start making small talk. Well, our conversation was getting a bit dark. I figured a change of topic might lighten things up. Oh, I see. If you really want to know, I like to think I can handle a few drinks. But to tell you the truth, I've never actually had a Moscow Mule. Really now? Yeah, I just thought it sounded cool. I would like to try it though. Why don't we go for a drink sometime then? Oh, are you asking me out? Ah, so you were after something else. No, that's not what I meant. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'd be up for that. But only if you find one of the 7 mysteries. Alright, then let's get to work. I've seen ghost photos in magazines before, but are you telling me they really exist? You bet they do, but you can only recognize them if you really believe in them, so be careful. So even with my skill, I won't be able to see them if I doubt that they exist. The spirit world is all about the mind and the soul. You won't be able to see a thing unless you're properly in tune. But sometimes people get caught up in the moment, thinking they might see something, and they really do, because they believe they would. Is that how that works? Yep, just like drinking. You'll never know how much booze you can handle unless you're ready to down some shots. I'm still not sure I get the drinking thing. Haha, you know, I realized how strange it was as the words left my mouth. Sheesh. I just remembered I actually did some research on the 7 mysteries of Honjo at the library. You did? What did you find? Well, I discovered a few interesting things. Oh, tell me everything. 7 mysteries? Although they're called the 7 mysteries, the literature lists 9 of them. Oh, I'm surprised you picked up on that. Nice researching. Some people think there could have been up to 15. That's the thing about these old folk tales. Stuff gets added to them over the years. That's more extra stories than main ones. Yeah, but the 7 mysteries roll off the tongue way better than the 9 or 15, if you say so. But it makes sense, don't you think? It's more likely to be passed on if it's easy to remember. That's a good point. Are these really ghost stories? So I read some of the stories and none of them were, well, scary. I thought these are supposed to be ghost stories. That's true, they're more like a collection of superstitions, really. But there are some pretty disturbing ones in the mix. Yeah, like the one that's supposed to take place here, the Whispering Canal. People who fished in this canal would hear a voice call out saying, "Leave it." They had to abandon their catch or the canal would take it. Right. Is that what you're expecting to find here in this park? Not quite. We're talking about the folktale from hundreds of years ago. After centuries of the telephone game, who knows if it's anything like the original story? So basically, you think the true story of the Whispering Canal might be completely different from what we know? Exactly. I'm sure it is. I mean, weren't you curious? About what? People from around here have the expression left of the canal, right? Meaning to abandon someone. This story is where it comes from. Except, the story being told today is about fish. There's nothing in it about leaving people behind. Now that you mention it, that's true. So, you're saying the original story maybe did involve someone being abandoned? That's what I'm trying to find out. Ah, gotcha. And if you can believe that, there might be hope for you yet. You can't be serious. I guess it's rotating back to the if you can believe it, you can see spirit stuff. That's the end of that. Okay. About the right to resurrection. By the way, were we talking about the right of resurrection? Oh, your memory is as strong as your tolerance. I'm gonna go start calling you Martini Man Shogo. Still funny. I'm really climbing up the drinks menu, huh? So, you know about it, huh? The right of resurrection. A magazine ran a feature on it recently that got practically everyone talking about it. We have it in yellow, everyone's talking about it. Why? I guess everyone should know what this is. Really? Maybe that's where I heard about it. Still, I don't know. It seems a little too far-fetched to be true. Right. Oh. So, the right of resurrection. If you say this one more time, I'm not reading it again. It's the forbidden art of bringing the dead back to life, concocted by a famous onmyoji from an ancient age. Rumor has it, an old manuscript containing actual concrete details about the rite was recently discovered. This rumor comes from a presentation given by a local historian Hideki Araishi at an academic conference. Oh, I think I'm being possessed by someone who can't pronounce words properly. You sure know a lot about this stuff. That's because I'm secretly a huge occult buff. Secretly. I kinda got that. Oh. But a researcher spoke about it at an academic conference. It must have some basis in fact. Last time I played this, I was like, just because it's an academic conference doesn't mean it's true and set in stone. they're just discussing it with a bunch of smart, certified people. And then next year, 10 years later, they're going to discuss it again. And it'll be the same academics or different academics. And it'll be like, it's false. Exactly. That's why I believe the Rider Resurrection is real. Now I'm starting to believe it too. Good. The pursuit of the unknown starts with belief. I've got that from Professor Araishi himself. Wait, hang on. I've got another question. You mentioned the Rider Resurrection. Are you looking for that too? Does it have something to do with the 7 mysteries of Honjo? Oh, you're sharp. I could cut my finger on you. To tell the truth, it's actually the other way around. What do you mean? Well, I started off researching for the Rider Resurrection. But along the way, I realized that I needed to investigate the 7 mysteries of Honjo first. I see. So then I put why you're looking for the right the first time. And I'm still gonna do it because, buddy, who you want to bring back to life? If you're looking into... I can't. Sorry, I got distracted. If you're looking into a way to bring someone back from the dead, does that mean you've got someone you want to bring back? You know what? Forget it. It just came to mind, but that I'd ask. I didn't mean to pry. Sorry. Yeah, it's a really sensitive question. No, it's fine. I figured I need to tell you at some point. It's Ogopogo. Ogopogo? Yeah, I want to bring Ogopogo back to life. He died in an accident about a month ago. Even worse, it wasn't natural. It was an accident. Probably got hit by a car or something. So sad. Ogopogo died. Alright, Ogopogo was my dog. I had him for 8 years. Ah, okay, your dog. Gotcha. You spent a long time together. Losing him must have been really hard for you. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not sure if the Rider Resurrection works on dogs. That'd be speciesist if the Rider Resurrection can only work on human beings and not animals. It'd be effed up. But as soon as I found out about it, I knew I'd had to give it a try. I don't think I can forgive myself if I just let the opportunity pass by. Definitely. Now I understand why you feel so strongly about it. Thanks for telling me. I know this must have been hard to talk about. But you know what? All that led me to meeting you. So, at least something good came out of it. Though, that doesn't mean I'll stop looking, obviously. Yoko, I'll do everything I can to help you. For Ogopogo. What's that got to do with the 7 mysteries? So, about the connection between this rite and the 7 mysteries. Putting together everything you've talked about, my guess is that the original stories behind the 7 mysteries, the true stories, are the key to finding the Rider Resurrection. And that's why you're here, especially for one of them. Do I have that right? Wow, you're 10 out of 10. You're proving to be quite the capable assistant. Wait, since when was I your assistant? Anyway, this is all just hearsay, but some say that what led to the 7 mysteries coming to be was the rite of resurrection itself. Don't the stories come from the Edo period? I thought the Rider Resurrection was supposed to be way older than that. Right, it seems that an onmyoji from the Edo period rediscovered the ancient art. Old manuscript I mentioned with all the details on how to use the rite. Apparently it was written in the Edo period. Alright, I never told you its name. The manuscript is called the Record of Fates. Oh, what a name. And it speculates that the secret of the rite is hidden within the 7 mysteries of Honjo. Till now, the 7 mysteries are the hot new trend. Among who? You know, this whole thing's starting to sound pretty questionable. Come on, remember what I said about the pursuit of the unknown? It starts with belief, right? Whoa! What the hell? It feels like the air just changed. I feel eyes on my back. I can't move. Is there something behind me? Yoko, are you okay? Hey, what's wrong? Stay with me. No, this can't be. No. Girl, snap out of it. I'm finna slap you. Why? Wow! Yoko! Yoko! There's no use. She's in no condition to talk. Something's got Yoko really rattled. Turn around. No, you got it, bro. So, you with me? Now, what happened to the person behind me? What happened the last time? Eric, I don't get this. Push LT. What's going on? Did something happen? Yoko? Yoko. Huh?